and welcome back to another episode of Tim's Teachables. Tonight we're going to be reading the book, The Perfect Pet by Fiona Roberton. So sit back, relax, and let's begin today's read aloud. Once upon a time, there lived a boy named Henry. What Henry wanted more than anything else in the whole wide world, more than chips, more than a cowboy costume, more than an all-expenses-paid trip to the moon, and even more than world peace itself, was a dog. "But Henry," said his mother, "you already have 27 different varieties of frog. Surely they are enough." "No," said Henry sternly, "they're boring. And all they do is go hop and ribbit, ribbit. I want a pet with personality. I want a dog with floppy ears and a waggy tail and a soft wet nose and a warm furry tongue. A dog that I can catch balls that I throw, that can learn fantastic new tricks, and that I can chase around trees, because it is common knowledge," said Henry, "that a dog is the perfect pet for a boy." So he decided to advertise, "Wanted, the perfect pet, also known as a dog." And then he waited. On to chapter 2. The Duck. Once upon a time there lived a duck, and he didn't have a name. He lived all alone, far, far away, at the top of a cold and windy hill. Nobody ever wrote, nobody ever called, and nobody ever emailed. He would go to the movies, and he played ping pong, and he watched the sunrise. The sun float about somewhere in the middle, and the sun set all by himself, every single day. It wasn't much fun. But then one day, he opened up his paper, and he saw, "Wanted, the perfect pet." "I am not a dog," he said, "but if I was a dog, then I could have a friend at last. A friend to have tea with, to go to the movies with, and play ping pong, a friend to watch the sunrise, the sun float about somewhere in the middle, and the sun to set with." And so, with a pair of old socks, an egg box, and some string, he made the perfect disguise. Then he packed his things and set off on the long journey to meet the boy. On to chapter 3. The Discovery. Ding dong. "It's a dog," yelled Henry. "Woof," said the duck. Henry had never been so excited, and the duck had never been happier. However, Henry's dog wasn't very good at catching balls. He wasn't very good at learning new tricks. And when he chased Henry around the trees, he waddled, he slipped, and he tripped, and his soft wet nose and his floppy ears and tail fell off. Henry was stunned. The duck slowly stood up, and a single fat tear rolled down his beak and plopped on the ground in front of him. "I am sorry, but I am not a dog," admitted the duck. "I am just a duck. I do not have floppy ears or a waggy tail or a soft wet nose or even a warm furry tongue," he said sadly. "Oh," said Henry disappointedly. "No, you don't." But Henry thought for a moment, and then he picked up the duck and carried him home. He gave the duck a nice hot bath and a cup of tea, and he took down his enormous book of incredibly interesting things, and he looked under D. He made a list, which he showed to the duck. Duck skills. This particular duck is very good at disguises, and he's very clever. This duck can talk. It's rare, but not unheard of. Also, won't shed fur, get dog breath, need walking or house training, won't eat homework, chew shoes or furniture, and won't pee on the carpet. "So you might not be a dog," said Henry happily, "but you are certainly not just a duck. In fact, you might just be the perfect pet for me." "I think I'll call you Spot," Henry smiled. "Quack," said Spot. And that's the end of the story.